Hello and happy Friday. This is Pastor Chris coming back to you again right here on Friday afternoon. We're getting ready for Sunday morning, and we call that our Sunday primer. It's simply a devotional that we do. If you come to service at 11 a.m. on Sunday, we do the full passage. You do a portion every Friday to kind of get you excited for the upcoming weekend schedule. If you do not have a church home and are looking for a place to worship, we would love to have you here with us. If you do have a church home, we encourage you to pour into that place and make it the best place you possibly can. However, if you'd like to come hang out with us, we'd love to see you. 11 a.m. right here, 19 West Shannon. Okay, today's passage comes out of the book of Exodus. If you've been following along, you'd be wondering why we're not still in 1 Samuel, and there's a reason. We're doing 4 weeks on stewardship, how we spend our time, how we spend our energy, how we spend our money. And today we are talking about time. Exodus chapter 20, I'll put it on the screen over here so you can read along. It says this, it says, "Remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. But the seventh day is a Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall don't do any work. You or your son or your daughter, your male or female servant, your cattle, your sojourner who stays with you. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed that Sabbath day and made it holy." All right, well, what I find interesting here, there's actually a number of things. We have quite a bit to talk about on Sunday, but the thing I want to talk about today is that you'll notice in here that not only is the Sabbath to be set aside and be holy, devoted to the Lord, and we're supposed to do that because that's exactly how God set it up for us, that he rested on the seventh day as well. But there's a promise in here, something that's kind of for us, which I love, and that is that day 7 is not only dedicated to him because it's a holy day, but it is also a day of rest for us. If you're anything like me, you know that you must take a break in your life at some point, where whatever it is that you do for a living, that thing you should take a day off. And here we specifically we're finding that day is meant to be holy and dedicated to God, yet it's also not to be work-oriented. Now, this brings me to a lot of interesting questions. For example, let's say you are a baker for a living. You probably should not be baking on your day off. It's what you do for a living. Someone like me who's not a baker for a living, it may be exactly what I want to do on my day off is spend it in the kitchen creating food and enjoying myself. So what your Sabbath means and what my Sabbath means may be a little different. We're going to explore those topics more fully this weekend. However, to leave you with something in your mind is that God said this is not only to be a day of rest and to be a holy day, but it's because it's the example he set up for us. If you haven't set up your life so there is a day dedicated to God and to family and not to work, I encourage you to think about how you will do that, because God promises to take care of our needs as long as we are following his commands, and this is a very specific one. Well, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments down below and we'll get right to you. You may have noticed I have a different camera mic setting set up. Let me know what you think. We're just testing it out this week. God bless. I'll see you next week.